For years, Apple chased one simple goal: to make the thinnest smartphones possible. Thin, sleek, and incredibly lightweight devices became a signature part of the iPhone's identity. Every generation seemed to push the limits of engineering just a little further, shaving off fractions of a millimeter to achieve that ultra-slim look Apple loved to showcase on stage. But that obsession with thinness didn't always come without consequences. Many long time. Apple fans still remember the controversy surrounding the iPhone 6 Plus and the durability concerns that came from pushing the design too far in the pursuit of being the thinnest device on the market. Back then, Apple was almost obsessed with elegance through thinness. But today, the smartphone landscape has changed. User expectations have evolved, technology has matured, and people care about something much more practical than just having the thinnest phone in their pocket. Now, nearly a decade later, Apple may be shifting its philosophy once again. And the latest leaks surrounding the upcoming iPhone 18 Pro Max suggest that the company might finally be prioritizing something many users care about even more than a razor-thin: design, battery life, real-world performance, and long-lasting power. According to well-known and often reliable leaker Ice Universe, Apple's upcoming iPhone 18 Pro Max could be slightly thicker than its predecessor. In a recent leak shared on Weibo, the tipster claims that the device may measure around 8.8 millimeters in thickness. On paper, that difference may sound incredibly small. After all, we're talking about less than a millimeter of change. But in the world of premium smartphones, especially ultra-thin flagship devices, even the smallest change in thickness can signal a bigger shift in design. Priorities. And that's exactly why this leak has caught the attention of so many tech enthusiasts. Because the extra thickness may not be accidental at all. In fact, it could be a deliberate decision by Apple, one that finally addresses one of the most common requests from iPhone users over the past several years. Battery life. For years, users have been asking Apple to focus less on shaving off tiny fractions of thickness and more on delivering longer battery endurance. And based on the latest reports, that might be exactly what Apple is planning with the iPhone 18 Pro Max. Leaks suggest that Apple could be packing a significantly larger battery inside the new device. Some sources indicate that the battery capacity may reach up to 5,200 milliamp hours, which would make it one of the largest batteries ever used in an iPhone. If this information turns out to be accurate, the iPhone 18 Pro Max could deliver noticeably longer battery life than previous models. To understand why that matters, it's worth looking at the current generation. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is rumored to feature a battery capacity around 5,088 milliamp hours in its ESIM variant. That's already a substantial battery for an iPhone. But pushing that number past the 5,200 milliamp hours mark could give Apple even more room to improve endurance for heavy users. And in today's smartphone world, that kind of upgrade is extremely important. Modern smartphones are doing more than ever before. People are using their devices for 4K video recording, mobile gaming, content creation, AI-powered tools, social media, streaming, navigation, and productivity tasks. All of that demands more power than ever. So if Apple is truly increasing the battery capacity in the iPhone 18 Pro Max, it could translate into longer screen-on time, fewer charging interruptions, and a far more reliable daily experience for users. Of course, there's always a trade-off when you add a bigger battery. More battery capacity usually means more internal components and more physical space. And that inevitably leads to a heavier device. That's exactly what the leaks are suggesting. The iPhone 18 Pro Max may weigh over 240 grams, which would make it the heaviest iPhone Apple has produced since the iPhone 14 Pro Max. For some people, that might initially sound like a negative change. A heavier phone can sometimes feel less comfortable in the hand, especially during extended use, but many users may see that extra weight as a worthwhile trade-off. After all, If a slightly heavier phone means dramatically improved battery endurance, many people will gladly accept that compromise. Imagine starting your day with a full battery and confidently using your phone for streaming, gaming, filming videos, browsing social media, navigating maps, and using advanced AI features, all without constantly worrying about your battery percentage. Dropping too quickly, that kind of peace of mind is something smartphone users value more and more every year. And that's exactly the kind of experience Apple may be trying to deliver with the iPhone 18 Pro Max. Interestingly, while the internal upgrades could be quite significant, the external design of the device might remain very familiar. According to current rumors, Apple is planning minimal visual changes for the iPhone 18 Pro Max. The overall design language may stay extremely close to what we see in the iPhone 17 Pro Max, which already introduced a refined and polished look that many users appreciate. In other words, don't expect a dramatic redesign this time around. The flat edges, premium materials, and familiar camera layout could remain largely unchanged. And according to several leaks, the dynamic island may also stay the same size instead of shrinking, as some earlier rumors suggested. For some tech enthusiasts who love bold new designs, that might sound a bit disappointing. But Apple has followed this strategy many times in the past, rather than completely reinventing the look of the iPhone every single year. The company often focuses on refining what already works while investing heavily in internal improvements. And this time, those improvements may go far beyond just battery size. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to launch alongside iOS 27, which could introduce major software enhancements. Unlike some previous updates that emphasize visual redesigns or interface changes, iOS 27 is rumored to focus heavily on stability, performance optimization, and smarter artificial intelligence features. That means smoother performance, more efficient power management, and a smarter overall user experience. A major part of that upgrade will likely involve Apple Intelligence, Apple's expanding ecosystem of AI-powered tools designed to make the iPhone more helpful, more intuitive, and more capable. These tools could improve everything from writing assistants and email summaries to photo editing, productivity features, and real-time suggestions based on your habits and usage patterns. Siri is also expected to receive one of its biggest upgrades in years. Apple has reportedly been working on making Siri far more context-aware and capable of handling complex multi-step tasks. Instead of simply responding to basic commands, the next version of Siri could understand deeper context and assist users with more advanced requests. Imagine asking Siri to organize files, summarize long conversations, generate messages, or perform multiple actions across different apps, all with a single voice command. When you combine those AI improvements with Apple's next-generation silicon chip, the iPhone 18 Pro Max could become one of the most powerful and intelligent smartphones Apple has ever produced. So while the outside of the phone might look familiar at first glance, the experience inside could feel dramatically more advanced. And honestly, that strategy might be exactly what Apple needs right now. The iPhone 17 Pro lineup is already expected to perform extremely well in the market. If Apple builds on that strong foundation with a larger battery, smarter AI capabilities, improved performance, and a refined user experience, the iPhone 18 Pro Max could easily become one of the most appealing upgrades in years. Sometimes innovation doesn't have to mean completely reinventing the design. Sometimes the smartest move is simply taking what already works and making it better in the ways that truly matter to users. If these leaks turn out to be accurate, the iPhone 18 Pro Max could represent exactly that kind of philosophy: a familiar design paired with smarter technology, longer battery life, stronger performance, and a more capable software ecosystem. And if Apple manages to deliver all these improvements while keeping pricing relatively stable, the iPhone 18 Pro Max could become another massive success for the company. Now, the big question is this: would you personally accept a slightly thicker and heavier iPhone if it meant dramatically better battery life, smarter AI features, and a more powerful overall experience? Because if these leaks are correct, that may be exactly the trade-off Apple is preparing to offer with the iPhone 18 Pro Max.